I mean, are you really surprised that they didn't show up? Every time me and Ray was just go one-on-one, he found a way to weasel himself out of it.
Jesus Club! Jesus Club! Jesus Club! Jesus Club!
I don't think he's showing up either.
Another no-show.
But I don't know if you guys really know this or not, but last Saturday, Ring of Honor was right here in Pittsburgh. And Rayo was right here in Pittsburgh.
I'll put it up.
But not even 7 days later, he can't make the fight society. So I don't really have anything planned for tonight.
There's nothing
I mean, there's plenty on the roster that I want to fight, but they're either not here today or they're already booked on something else.
So you say that perhaps maybe you'd like to hold it open challenge? Do you really want to have a match tonight?
I'll fight him.
Do you guys want to see the challenge? Anybody on the west side of the roster? I'm down. They're down. I mean, who is there? Who's back there? You know what? I'll even put the PWX Contender.
Well, kid, be careful what you wish for.
defending against Scarlett for the IndyWrestling.us Contenders Championship.
I don't know if I like Scarlett.
Well, Rhea not being in the building is no surprise. He makes a habit of that. I'm not sure why management continues to schedule these matches, but it's one of the matter.
Hey, easy, kid.
Oh, hey, hi, Paul, you're here. However, Scarlett is here. Scarlett's ready to fight, and AJ Alexander may be careful what he wished for, because he was very condescending to young Tatiana Rose. She didn't do anything to deserve that.
She's a sweet kid. I don't get it.
AJ's been known to be overconfident. And now he's in for a fight against that young lady right there, the walking personification of rage.
Yeah, let's face it, how confident can you be when you're wearing a rip-off t-shirt?
You are scary, man. You're looking at me like that.
But hey, all kidding aside, this Scarlett, she is a one fierce competitor. So AJ Alexander, cocky as he wants to be right now, he better have his A game.
Just 20 years old. Scarlett, I truly believe, has an extremely bright future in this sport. And the same may be said for AJ. But he better not take this one lightly or he's going to end up looking up at the lights. Corn elbow tie up here. And if AJ doesn't wipe the smirk off his face, it'll be knocked off his face. I cannot understate this enough. You cannot take Scarlett lightly.
Not at all. This young lady is a heavy hitter.
You can see AJ working on the wrist. This is smart strategy. But Scarlett can be torturous in there, and she'll do it on her time. Nice transition into the side headlock. Handful of hair. Misdirection from AJ. Up kick lands. That does not. He did not clear the ropes. Hesitated to follow up, allowed Scarlett to escape there.
Yeah, do not give Scarlett a half a second to think, because you know what? You will not keep this young lady down.
One thing we can say about AJ, he runs that high-risk style. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, but he's always willing to take the chance. And he may try to match intensity as Scarlett.
Yeah, well, I think he's going to come up short on that one. There's no one who can handle the tenacity and
She got him.
just muscling AJ Alexander up for that modified version of a Samoan drop.
One thing about AJ Alexander, it's a little deceptive because of how agile he is, how much he flies around that ring, but he's no small man.
No, not at all. That weight is not distributed evenly either. Picking up a human being is not like picking up a barbell.
That's not a deadlift, absolutely. Look at the eyes of Scarlett, man, that's a complex story.
Oh, there is just so much going on in this young lady's mind at any given time.
And it's all violent.
Now mocking AJ Alexander.
And that young lady walks with confidence.
Well, she has every right to be. She has become very, very aggressive here in Fight Society.
We saw her as one of the 6 athletes to answer the open challenge for the Fight Society Championship last month.
Yeah, that's it. And she hung in there tooth and nail.
She held her own, absolutely.
She went toe-to-toe with Shirley Doe, and not many people can do that.
And that is nasty, rubbing the forearm into the face.
Yeah, trying to break up that ear cartilage as well. That's how you get those cauliflower ears.
Yeah, when the cartilage breaks, the ear fills with fluid. That's how that happens. But we know AJ has tenacity behind him. He's a very tenacious young man. I believe now he's realizing who he's in the ring with. Shoots him off here.
Beautifully executed
His
spine
head
buster.
bounced, ricocheted on impact. And this is where he does not want to be.
Absolutely not. Straight forearms to the head by Scarlett.
Measured, unprotected shots, full mount.
And as good as Scarlett is, that's not going to get the job done.
And Paul, I found out through the grapevine that the tape that Scarlett has on that left hand, I'm sorry, yeah, her left hand, you're right, our left. She actually has a broken finger, and you wouldn't know it by her actions.
Yeah, I don't think she cares that it's broken, to tell you the truth.
AJ found a way to get back up to a vertical base. Can he capitalize? Ducks underneath here. Release German dropped AJ Alexander right on the back of his neck.
Excellently executed by Scarlett.
Shoots the half, cover here. And we talked about it. At 20 years old, she's shown flashes of brilliance, and hooking that leg is a sign of it.
Let's not forget, this isn't Scarlett's first shot at this PWX Contenders title. She went toe-to-toe with Chris Helmsley back when he held the belt as well, so she's no stranger.
Oh, man, step-up knee, pinpoint precision, but got her right on the chin, but she doesn't care.
Doesn't seem to faze her. She likes the punishment.
And all of a sudden, the man that is known for the chops didn't want to take one. But she may have another
right for that
broken
finger.
digit. Look out. Beautiful neck breaker. You know, one thing we can say about Alexander, Paul, he digs deep into the playbook, studies up on the latest of the offense being used around the world in professional wrestling and incorporates all those different styles into his own.
Yeah, but how much has this punishment taken its effect as AJ is unable to capitalize on that neck breaker?
An impromptu fight has turned into a tremendous matchup. But Scarlett is being bounced around like a ping pong ball. And you can see the impact here. Oh, she caught him, and
Wow.
she dropped him.
Little to no effect. Those massive splashes in the corner had no effect on Scarlett.
And pulls him away from the ropes. I couldn't.
Scarlett just can't believe she didn't win. And quite frankly, I'm surprised as well.
A championship win here would put her among the youngest champions ever in the history of the promotion. Oh, look out. Elevates Scarlett.
Scarlett able to slide behind.
And what a back and forth fight. Tooth and nail. Running knee absolutely obliterated Scarlett there. That's what
Caught
I'm
her
telling
right
you.
across the temple.
Offense from all over the globe. That young man better put that mouthpiece back in or his teeth may be scattered all over the
Yeah,
canvas.
Charlotte won't hesitate to punch you in the mouth and knock those teeth out.
Alexander looks exhausted. And she got clipped right in the mouth. She is seeing stars.
Yeah, so far AJ Alexander's caught her right in the temple and right in the face with those knees. But he still cannot keep Scarlett down.
And finally, this
Yeah, who's gonna get to their
continuous
knees
punishment
feet first?
may be taking its toll. Well, I think AJ might be wise to try to go for a cover here because
Yep.
that might happen.
Exactly.
10 minutes gone, 10 minutes.
I said it before, Scarlett seems to feed off the punishment.
And she was quite literally trying to force the shoulders down to the canvas.
Dragging AJ Alexander over to that corner area.
She's willing to take a risk. Doesn't see Alexander making his way up. Oh, look out. Look out. High risk
Trying
here.
to set her up. Scarlett trying to fight it. He
And if-
caught her, but was it enough?
If that's not it, I don't know what will be.
Yeah, but again, with the punishment that Alexander has taken, he can't capitalize. And wait a minute. What in the world? Beastman back on the ramp, back out here. We've seen this guy more tonight than we have in the last 3 months.
And he got a makeover in the process.
I'm telling you, I think he went through some lifestyle changes.
Wait a minute, Troy Lawrence behind Alexander. Beastman distracting George Ross. And a neck breaker may come back to bite AJ because Troy just floored him.
Our referee, he's busy with Beastman. Look out here, Scarlett can have it.
No way! She got it!
In time, 11 minutes, 37 seconds. Your winner is now, for the unprecedented second time, Chief PWX Contenders Champion, Scarlett!
Scarlett has wrestled the title away from AJ Alexander, and once again, she is the Contenders Champion.
Well, Paul, she better get out of there. She's the first champion.
Wait a minute here.
The first female champion in Fight Society. First the Triple Crown Championships. Now the Contenders Championship. But she's cornered by a few jackals.
Wait a minute now. Beastman handed her something, and well, now he's chewing on her hair, but... Wait a minute here. What do we have going on? An alliance of some sort here?
Troy Ward's has one, but perhaps two monsters.
And Troy Lords proclaiming dominance and to be in charge. Well,
That's right, Paul. Beastman has a championship matchup tonight. Troy is the #1 contender. Scarlett has the Contenders Championship. This macabre combination
yeah, this could be dangerous.
may quickly become the most powerful force in the Fight Society. The walking weapon has joined the monster and the mastermind. What in the world does this mean for any of us, for all of us?
Time will tell, but this is just not a good look here right now. And I'm not just talking about the Beastman and being ugly.
Introducing first, at a total combined weight of 420 pounds, they are members of Team Fear. Individually, from the French Quarter, Louisiana, the Bayou Scarecrow, Christian Noir, and his partner, from Egypt Valley, Ohio, Zach Hunter.
Those are some dangerous hombres right there, Paul.
You ain't kidding.
Christian Noir and Zach Hunter have no conscience.
Coming to us all the way from University
Tag team action here as Fight Society continues November 8th of 2019. Fight Society round 5. My name is Jim Amata. You're the fight director, Paul Atlas. And Danny Abel looks very proud of himself.
I'm telling you, can't seem to get out of his uniform there, for lack of a better term, but
wonder what that's made of, Paul. As we have the very eccentric Danny Abel and the young Zeke Mercer.
yeah, some kind of alliance here these two have formed over the last several months.
Mercer got you upset, didn't he?
I'm telling you.
Waist lock here. Standing switch from Noir. Back heel trip, nicely done. And Noir truly enjoys inflicting punishment.
Oh, he will at every given turn.
Zeke rolls through. And Zeke Mercer has such athletic ability, Paul. I sincerely believe that in a few years' time, Zeke Mercer will be one of the top athletes here in Fight Society.
If he sticks to it and keeps up with the training, and thought she definitely will.
Mercer sits out, floats over into the front chantry. Noir using his size advantage to get his way back up. Grabs wrist control. Mercer better be careful Noir doesn't try to chew on the cartilage.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? As macabre as this man is, he's also a sound wrestler.
I think that gets lost sometimes in how damn eerie and creepy he is. Noir can go bell to bell. Misdirection from Zeke. Noir counters with one of his own. And man, back and forth, what an exchange. Huge arm drag. What athletic ability, 2 feet firmly in the chest. That's what I'm telling you, Zeke Mercer has all the ability in the world.
Sure, but again, you know, I mean, Christian Noir may not have come up on the winning end of that exchange, but showing some extreme athleticism himself.
And as Danny Abel checks into this matchup, Paul, I gotta put it out there. IndyWrestling.us, PWNnetwork.com, bringing you all this great action here. Nice transition from Abel into the Falcon Arrow.
Noir wisely tagging out the Zach Hunter.
Tilt-a-whirl. Nice head scissor from Zach Hunter. Jumping bicycle kick from Abel.
Don't think he caught it all, but he caught enough of it.
Yeah, Abel's a big guy. Very tall, very lanky. I'm not exactly sure the technical term for that one, but we'll just call it effective.
Yeah, well, using your own partner as a weapon of sorts there, we'll take it from there and let it go.
And look at Zach Hunter viciously fish hooking the eyes.
But also notice how he would position Mercer so his back was to Christian Noir, so Noir could attack.
You know, Paul, Team Fear is just unfiltered violence. And Mercer does not want to be trapped in that corner.
No, he definitely does not.
Boxed in with Team Fear is a no-win situation.
Now this is where they're just going to systematically attempt to dissect young Zeke Mercer. Yeah, and I know Abel wants to help his partner, but he's really not doing him any favors here.
I believe Noir hit about half a dozen low blows on Zeke Mercer, which Sean Patrick saw none of because Abel, as you said, didn't do Mercer any favors. Although we know Team Fear tries to exploit emotion. That's what they did right there.
Exactly.
And when you talk about underrated athletes, I think Zach Hunter has to be on that list as well. And look at how Team Fear, I mean, literally a well-oiled machine, and that their offense is always fluid, always running.
Now, these guys have been teaming for quite some time now.
Mercer kicks out, but he may be on borrowed time. As you said, Mercer and Abel are not a regular tag team. Whereas Team Fear, former Triple Crown tag champions here.
Look at him lean all his weight against Zeke Mercer right now, trying to wear him down.
Further adding to his size advantage in this juncture. And Noir is a kamikaze, hurling his body at Mercer that time.
He will use his own body as a weapon with no fear, so to speak.
And again, that vicious side stepping on the throat of Mercer before he checks out of this matchup.
Taking full advantage of Sean Patrick's 5 count there.
And Zach Hunter is continuing to pour on this punishment. And fish hooking the mouth. This is brutal, man. Zeke Mercer has a bright future ahead of him if he can get out of this matchup in one piece. Mercer fighting back here.
He's got to if there's any chance of them coming out with a victory in this match.
Attempting to rally.
Zeke has got to make his way over to Abel.
It's a physical struggle here. Hunter has the weight advantage. He may be able to use it, and he does.
Wow, look at the way he just kind of corkscrewed and tossed Mercer right to the mat.
Mercer hit the canvas very awkwardly there.
And again, Danny Abel doing nothing to help his partner here as much as he thinks he is. That doesn't bode well for the future children of Zeke Mercer.
I think Zeke needs to see a urologist.
Zeke Mercer's the one, right? Danny's the one, right? Bullshit.
Noir is just vile. And the way that Mercer's head is ricocheting there is just uncomfortable to watch.
This match is probably not far from over if this keeps up. I don't know if Mercer can rally back from this and get to Danny Abel in any way.
And quite honestly, if he makes the tag to Abel, Abel may be on his own for the conclusion of this matchup, which doesn't bode well for Abel. I don't care how many superpowers he thinks he has. Zach Hunter and Christian Noir are just unfiltered violence, and they're very, very dangerous.
Zach Hunter there posting himself right between Zeke Mercer and Danny Abel.
Yeah, as sick and twisted as these guys are, they actually employ classic tag team strategy.
Oh, no two ways about that. Both men jockeying for position here.
Zach Hunter went for it again. I believe Zeke was able to counter it somehow.
Kind of twisted that into some sort of a jawbreaker.
And Danny Abel is aching for a tag.
Yeah, Mercer needs to get over there now if they have any chance of coming back in this match.
One thing we could say about Abel, he might be a goofball, but he's a goofball of energy.
Mercer's got to get there.
I don't know, was a tag legally made there?
It didn't look like it, but Sean Patrick's going to let it go.
I mean, I'm not seeing things right.
Oh. Sean Patrick, though, seemingly he's our best referee, but he's going to let this go.
Abel launching Zach Hunter with the German suplex. He was a ball of energy, but when you get overzealous, Noir's going to exploit that, and he did.
Just like that. Hunter and Noir right back on top.
Once again, a member of this team finds themselves boxed in the corner.
Yeah, how much does Zeke Mercer even have left to get in there and try it? Well, I guess we're about to find out.
10 minutes.
And
Mercer,
he's getting battered.
He's just getting slammed to that canvas repeatedly.
And this whole thing's broken down.
Yeah, Sean has no control right now at this point. He's got to get this together.
Mercer avoids the contact.
On 2 occasions there. Trying to rally himself now, going up top.
Mercer's going to take a chance. Huge drop kick floors Team Fear.
Yeah, double missile drop kick, catching both Hunter and Noir with that. Hunter now dumped to the floor by Abel.
Beautiful twisting suplex. And he got him.
In time, 11 minutes, 19 seconds. Your winners the team of Abel and Zeke Mercer.
He fought through adversity. He fought through a beating. Zeke Mercer proving once again he may be small in stature, but damn it, he brings a big heart to this building.
Yeah, there's a lot of fight in young Zeke Mercer, and he proved that here again tonight.
You can't measure heart, and Zeke Mercer may be off the charts.
Little discussion here by Team Fear.
Yeah, we've seen some dissension between these two previously. They were on the same page in this matchup, but just came up short.
Each man seems to be questioning the other about what went down here.
Once again, at least we're... Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Noir got blindsided.
And Hunter apparently has had enough.
And the West Virginian roughneck may have just abandoned Noir.
Yeah, he laid him out and off he goes. I'd say he has abandoned him.
Where does the Bayou Scarecrow go from here?
Next person that I will be interviewing is the one, the only, BC Steel.
Good God, why?
You know, Tatiana is a nice young lady, but I'm going to question her decision here.
Yeah, that's the last thing that should be around BC Steel is a nice young lady.
You know, as much as I enjoy Pete and Pete, BC Steel is going to sour me on the whole damn thing.
Thanks, Toots. First and foremost, now, hey, come here. Your place is to stand right next to me. Hun, sweetie, cupcake, stand right next to me. I have a little bit of power in this place, so maybe Benjamin's. First of all, that's the worst selection of music.
What power does he have?
No, he has none. Obviously you didn't hear me earlier.
And let me get back on topic. On Friday, December 13th, it is the 25th anniversary of PWX.
There it is again.
For 25 years, longer than some of these people have been alive, this company has been going strong. And in that time, I myself have been a huge part of it.
Yeah, he's a huge something, all right.
I think BC's is delusional with some other people we know.
And
I might be your father. Settle down. Now, it's possible. Hey. Anyway.
I think he developed a slow leak.
So, in 25 years, this company has seen a lot. It's time to have fun again. We're going to find out where the men are separated from the boys. We're going to bring this place back to prominence like the good old days. Now, I know there weren't a lot of women back then, but hey, you can have a spot here, honey, sweetie, sugar pumpkin. So, I want everybody to come out. I want you to get excited. I want you to be here. Shut up or I'll knock the glasses off your face, Four Eyes. So,
That'll pack him in the building.
and I'm not your lazy eye straight. So, I want everybody to be back here on Friday, December 13th, because it's going to be a new era. We're going to go back old school. We're going to bring it back. And honey, I see big things in your future.
She looks like she's going to vomit.
I'm going to go back there. I got some power in this place. I got some stroke. Let's go. I can use somebody like you. Hey, we'll see you all on Friday, December 13th, right here.
He doesn't have any power. What do we do? Bring it back. We're going to really pack. We're going to fill it in. We're going to bring back VHS and 8-track, a phonograph.
I still have some.
We're going to do it.
This young lady looks like she wants to vomit right now. Quite frankly, so do I.
Yeah, when I think about bringing it back, I'm going to vomit.
Introducing the challenger from deepest, darkest West Virginia, weighing 368 pounds, the Stone Age Savage, the Beastman!
Well, Paul, you had some strong words for the Beastman, but he's here.
Well, I'll give him credit. He finally showed up, and apparently he's got some kind of alternative lifestyle thing going on here. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But here he comes.
Introducing the defending, undisputed Fight Society champion from Dixmont Mental Hospital, weighing 250 pounds, Shirley Doe!
He is.
Fans, I just got some good news. This match will be I repeat, no disqualification!
Doe looks ready.
Doe has been more than ready.
After nearly 25 years of combat, Shirley Doe obtained that Fight Society championship. A championship that has been elevated through his efforts, but that may all go away very quickly at the massive hands of the Beastman.
Yeah, let's not forget, the past two events, Shirley Doe has taken on several individuals at once, but now he takes on his former best friend, the Beastman, in a rematch of the title match they had a few months back where Shirley Doe was able to gain the title.
And it's a slugfest. It truly is a fight. And there's not many men that can go toe-to-toe with Beastman the way that there's not many men that can go toe-to-toe with Shirley Doe.
Yeah, referee George might want to stay out of the way here. This is a no DQ match.
Oh, look out!
Hey!
George hits the floor, and for the time being, we have no referee. But damn it, I don't know if we need one.
I don't think it matters.
Beastman, listen to that impact. Doe is a Pittsburgh legend. Doe has carved his legacy for over 2 decades. But that unfiltered Neanderthal may be unstoppable.
Man, this is not going to be a wrestling match. This is going to be a war.
And you can hear the smack of the flesh there. Doe got himself psyched up and ran into a back elbow. Doe hits the floor to the concrete, and despite Doe being a trademark brawler, this atmosphere may actually suit the Beastman even more.
Yeah, we knew it was only a matter of time before these two were going to be out to the floor. The ring cannot contain these two guys when they get together.
Look out, our IndyWrestling.us camera crew, they're not safe out there.
They got right up close and personal for that action.
And Doe snacking on the hand of the Beastman. Doe may be as much of a wild man as the Beastman.
If not more so.
And just listen, Paul. Listen to this violent musical playing out in front of us.
I told you there weren't going to be a lot of wrist locks and hammer locks in this one. Just pure violence.
Doe's got a beverage.
Oh,
Beastman's got the beverage.
He looked thirsty. Come on. Offering the guy a drink.
And that's what makes this match so dangerous. They will use anything that's not nailed down and some things that aren't.
Look out, they're back in our merch area.
I believe we're going to have an unwanted impromptu scratch and dent sale after these two get done tearing apart our merch.
Half off. Table's still full price, though.
And Beastman hitting anybody.
I don't know who that was, but they just took a shot.
That's one of the security members, but I don't... Security's not going to stop... The National Guard ain't going to stop this.
A nuclear bomb isn't going to stop these two.
And I don't know where they're going, but it's making me nervous.
As long as they don't work their way up here.
Paul, I think they may be coming up here, and if they are, we got nowhere to go.
Oh, there.
They can't come up here.
Trying to make their way up here into our
Paul, I'm leaving.
booth.
I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Goodbye.
Now run the equipment. Now.
Paul, Beastman's got a chair. Look out. Oh, God. Paul, are you all right?
What the hell did I ever do to you?
Oh, God, Doe's got the ring hammer. This is nuts.
I told you the ring was not going to contain these two guys. Is that the bell? Is it over?
Hanging out on the damn balcony. Paul, we got everything out here. This is too much. This is crazy. What are we doing? Oh, look out. Doe's got a fan. This man's got the ring bell.
That's all right. We didn't want that chair anyway. Look out down there.
There's equipment falling out of the balcony, for God's sake.
Beastman is still carrying that fan. It might be the only damn fan he has. Are we still even on the air?
Somebody want to tell me what's going on?
Just shattered that fan against Shirley Doe's skull.
Sorg, are we on?
Well, the monitors are still working at least.
This was not wrestling hyperbole when I told you that this fight would not be contained, and it certainly isn't. And through all that chaos, I didn't realize that Scarlett...
Yeah, I mean, and Troy Lords are down on the ramp. Shirley Doe with a garbage can. And he's just, well, temporarily at least, can't fit that over the big guy's head.
You want to talk about how much of a Neanderthal Beastman is? That Cro-Magnon head is a good example. Oh, no.
Oh, he's got a plastic bag around his head. This could get dangerous.
To smother the Beastman.
Well, hey, at least our ringside spectators are getting their money's worth.
This is crazy.
Oh, right into that brick wall. Beastman taking a seat, and Shirley Doe is, oh, yeah, of course, bring another chair, like we don't have enough.
Look out. Steel on the spine.
Just laying him into Beastman. And Beastman using a security guy as a weapon.
I'm telling you, Paul, they'll use anything not nailed down and some things that are. There may be nothing left of this building before they get done. This is chaos.
Oh, wait a minute.
Beastman's got a small child.
Hiding behind kids now.
That young lady looks terrified, and I don't blame her.
Really? You know, for the longest time, we knew Shirley Doe was the only one who could communicate with Beastman. But now he seemed to have formed some sort of unholy alliance with Troy Lords, and now earlier tonight we saw Scarlett come into the fold.
Violence may be the only language that Beastman speaks. And there's concrete and wooden staging. That's what they got around him, Paul.
They don't care. I'm surprised this hasn't spilled out into the streets.
Doe is being strangled against that wall, and it's all legal. Well, somehow it's all legal.
Well, I may regret of making this a no DQ match.
He went through the wall! Beastman quite literally went through the wall. Doe has a laceration on his hairline.
I'm sure that's from the fan.
Blood has been spilled, and Beastman quite literally is taking this building apart.
Doe trying to finally get him back into the ring.
Paul, I've been an announcer of independent wrestling for over 10 years, and this may be the wildest matchup I've ever seen.
I've been around for 30 years. I've never seen a battle like this.
And Troy getting involved here, and the numbers do not favor Doe.
No, not at all. I know I said no DQ, but this ref's got to get Troy out of there.
We need some type of control. Unbelievable.
These guys have literally taken this building apart tonight.
And Paul, if Beastman wins this championship, this deranged trio has all the power in the Fight Society.
Well, but think about it, though. If he wins this title, he's got to face Troy Lords next month.
Perhaps that's Troy's plan all along. Perhaps Beastman and Troy have some agreement that none of us are aware of.
Anything's possible. I don't know how you reason with Beastman, but he's locked in a version of the Iron Claw.
As the temples are being compressed, Doe's championship reign may be fading.
This is without a doubt the most trouble we've seen Doe in since winning that championship, and he took on a total of 12 men in the last 2 events.
And Paul, I'll tell you right now, I put it on record and I'll say it again. Shirley Doe legitimately is one of the people in this industry that I respect the most. And he may be in some real jeopardy here.
Yeah, this man is known for being able to take a hellacious amount of punishment. However, is this going to be too much?
And how gross is this? Beastman biting the laceration. Beastman quite literally thirsting for blood in this matchup.
And going back to that claw maneuver. And believe me, the referee checking in with Doe, this guy will die before he gives up.
And that's what scares the hell out of me.
I have known Shirley Doe his entire career, and I have never seen Shirley Doe give up. Never.
Doe's gonna fight. This may be his last rally as he gets mugged by Troy Lords and Scarlett. And this is supposed to be traditional rules, and again...
Well, now you remember I said no DQ. However, 3-on-1 is not what was supposed to happen.
You're right, Paul. I'm so flustered with this.
There's to be no DQ between Doe and Beastman, not a 3-on-1 like we saw earlier tonight. Everybody around here thinks they're a booker.
Troy
being used as a weapon.
And look at that sick smile. Troy's a maniacal maestro in there.
This has to be it. This has to be it. I don't see how Shirley Doe can kick out of this. Wow, I'm in shock.
I'm stunned. But I think, Paul, I know it's a championship match, but I think this thing needs to be stopped before Doe gets injured to the point that we can see the end of his career.
Like I said, this guy will die before he gives up. So yeah, the referee may have to show some discretion here. This is no longer a match, it's a mugging.
Well, it's 3-on-1.
And look out. Shirley Doe has risen to his feet. And here he goes.
This is unfathomable. Three-on-one odds.
Once again.
The heart of a champion is what you're seeing right here.
But that numbers game once again catching up to Shirley Doe.
I know that the Fight Society Championship is the most important thing that Doe has. But I personally am more concerned for his health right now.
Beastman down into a knee after those 2 stiff clotheslines.
Oh, look out. Oh, man, Doe's head ricocheted off the canvas.
He could have a concussion.
I don't know how he kicked out.
Unbelievable.
I'm almost concerned that this beating is going to continue.
Well, I told you, Doe will die first.
I'm short, Paul, but this is too much.
Shirley Doe is not going to give up, I can tell you that right now. I don't even know if you stop it, if he'll let you do it. He'll still continue to go.
The last breath may leave his body before the final bell. Oh no!
Just crushing the skull of Shirley Doe.
And Doe launching himself out of the corner.
Got him hooked. I don't know if he got it all.
He may have gotten enough.
And just like that again, Troy Lord's interjecting himself.
This may be a completely unsurmountable situation. He's not going to be able to overcome this. Paul, you can't make some type of ruling. I know it's no DQ. I understand that.
I didn't think it would turn into a handicap match. This referee's going to have to assert some sort of authority.
Beastman's on the second rope.
Lord's drilled into the canvas.
Beastman is going to the top rope.
Charlotte head first right into the ample backside of Beastman, and well, we'll just let the picture speak for itself. What is Shirley Doe doing here?
This is dangerous. That's what this is. And Beastman went crashing to the canvas.
Doe now uncharacteristically going up to that second rope.
Tornado silly head DDT.
Spiking Beastman right into the canvas, but look at this, he's still getting up.
This may be the greatest comeback in Fight Society history. Magic bullet. And a second silly head DDT to follow up. Hooks the leg. He got him.
Good time, 18 minutes and 1 second, your winner, and still Fight Society champion, Shirley Doe.
Shirley Doe has come back against unsurmountable odds and has become still the Fight Society champion with a victory over Beastman. I cannot believe it.
The wildest matchup in Fight Society history. And that man is still the Fight Society champion.
Once again, Shirley Doe has faced the odds and beaten the odds and remains Fight Society champion. But this cannot be good.
Wait, what's Lord? No. He just
placed that belt right over Shirley Doe's head and is stomping on it.
He's trying to put Doe out.
And we know Doe's had an eye injury the last several months.
He doesn't want Doe to make it to December 13th. He doesn't want Doe to make it to that championship title defense.
This has been, I have to say it, this has been a plot all along to soften up Shirley Doe for that championship match between Troy Lords and himself next month.
Troy wants to make sure that Doe is stripped of the title via injury the same way that he was.
No, he can incapacitate Doe all he wants. He's not going to be handed the title, that's for sure.
Doe may not make it. He may not make it to December 13th. And Doe is writhing in pain. Troy continuing to squeeze the life out of the Fight Society champion. And he needs to let this go, Paul. He's going to do permanent damage.
We got to get, if anybody in the back can hear me, we got to get somebody out
back
here.
There. Somebody hear us. This may be a sick sign of things to come. It may be only a matter of time until Troy reclaims that championship. And that kiss may be the kiss of death on the title reign of Shirley Doe. Paul, I didn't want to end this way, but we got to get out of here. We got to sign off. Your fight director, Paul Atlas. My name's Jim Amata for IndyWrestling.us, PWNNetwork.com. We'll see you back here for Angel Gate, November 23rd. Fight Society, December 13th. And the question remains, will Doe make it to December 13th?
Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is the fruit.
You're coming in, Mercer. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry to each and every one of you fans. Because I have never passed out in this ring before. I have never been knocked out in Fight Society before. And it's not going to happen again. 5 weeks from tonight, I'm not inviting you guys to come to the 25th anniversary show. I'm not inviting you guys to come see me defend this title. I am cordially inviting you and you and you two and you guys and you people. How would you like to go to Troy Lawrence's funeral? Isn't it about time someone took that little painted up son of a bitch and cut his throat and drank his blood in front of each and every one of you great fans? Who wants to see me kill Troy Lawrence? I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. I promise death. I promise death in this ring. 5 weeks from tonight. Troy Lawrence, you want this belt? You're gonna have to kill me for it. What? Show your Fight Society.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.